Hey everybody, it's Dean here, and I want to walk you through this new training program that we're running. It's part of our inbound and organic theme that we run, which is basically helping people get sales without spending tons and tons of money on ads, without having to cold pitch people and get leads and convert them to clients. So I just want to take a couple of minutes to walk you through what's involved. You can then decide whether it's a fit for you, whether it's relevant, whether it's not. So the big promise of this is that we'll help people generate 100 leads in 6 weeks. So the program actually runs for 8 weeks, 2 weeks prep, 6 weeks of implementation. So it's an implementation program. It's not just a learn something and go away. So just so you know who it's for, you need to be selling services or an expertise business, a coach or consultant or graphic designer, anybody who's selling their skills or they're selling a service. It's not really a fit for a product-based business. So it involves online training. We do live group coaching every week on a Thursday, and it's about real results. It's not about just doing stuff for doing stuff's sake. It's about getting a result. So you can read a lot of this to yourself, so I just want to highlight some key points for you. So as I say, 8 weeks, 2 weeks of learning and prep, and 6 weeks of implementation. This date, we start on the 30th of March, and the first coaching call, group coaching call, is on the 31st. So there's not a lot of time if you want to decide to join. So everything's step by step. The weekly coaching and group coaching is to ask questions if you're stuck, all of that stuff. And optionally, you can add on one-to-one coaching with the Maverrik team every week if you want to. So fundamentally, this is a social media thing. We do involve email, and you get step-by-step tutorials of how to do this on Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, and email. And you don't need to be cold pitching people, and you don't need to be spending thousands of pounds on ads. In fact, you don't have to spend anything on ads. Some people might choose to, but you don't have to. And of course, whilst I'm saying, this is 100 leads in 6 weeks, that doesn't mean you stop. This process that you can do, you can rinse and repeat. I know it's a crude way of putting it, but you can rinse and repeat. So you can catch up on all the sessions too. So like I said, you can add on more coaching sessions if you want to. So a couple of things that are really important. You need to have at least 2 hours per week to devote to this. If we're going to make something work, you need to put the time in. And so I would allocate at least 2 hours a week. It could be a weekend, what have you. You're going to need that time. As I say, sell a service or provide expertise. And you need to have a basic knowledge of one of these channels: LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, email. In other words, you know how to log in, you've got an account, and you can post. If you know how to do that, you're pretty good. Now, there is a couple of other things that we'll probably need to do whilst we're there. So just have a bit of budget, like £150. You won't need much more than that in the period. So just have that to hand. They're important. Don't sign up if you don't have that, because it won't work for you. And like I said, we're actually offering a guarantee. Basically, if you do everything that we say, if you implement it at the pace that we say, use the 2 hours, if you haven't got your 100 leads, we'll give you a full refund. Yep. I'm so confident we can do this for you and do this with you that I'm prepared to basically do this at my risk. So what's involved, just so that you know, and I'm going to try and do this quick. So we can't do anything without an AVP, audience value proposition. That will help us understand what our audience needs. So if you're going to sell something, if you're going to get a lead, and by lead I mean somebody who needs what you sell and can afford what you sell. So in order to do that, we create our audience value proposition. In other words, what it matters to them that connects to what you sell, that you can develop topics and information about. So we need that. We can't do anything else without that. So we spend quite a bit of time on this, because this is where success or failure is. It's actually here. It's not down here. It's down here. It's here. If you get this right, you get a 40 to 50% conversion rate. If you get it wrong, you get 0. So we spend all our time doing this part. So we then go and get the attention of our audience on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, or email. It doesn't matter which. You can choose. Obviously, it's better to choose the platform where you know your customers and your target audience are. So if they're CEOs, it's obviously going to be LinkedIn versus Facebook. If they're freelancers or graphic designers, they might be on Instagram. That we can look at that as part of the session, and you can decide which one works. Now, intent thresholds are a little bit different. They're something that will help you generate leads. It's a mechanism we put together that helps you understand that this prospect raises their hand and says, "Hi, I need you." Yeah, real simple. And we've got 3 different ways. The real simple way, the bit more scalable way, and then a kind of hybrid version of that, which is more conversational. But there's 3 different ways. And again, you can pick which one works for you. And then a really simple way to convert. So you've got your leads. How do I get them to a discovery call? How do I get them to talk to me about what they're up to? So we give you some framework, some understanding of how to do that and how to move those people on. So the benefits of this process is you're going to get 100 leads in 6 weeks. You're going to know how to rinse and repeat this. You're going to know how to, even with some message examples of how to get that person onto a call. And ultimately, you can use this over and over again to build an email list, to get clients, and to nurture prospects who've said, "I need you," but maybe aren't ready to buy right now. So will you get clients from it? Absolutely. Will you need to put work in? Absolutely. Will you get 100 leads in 6 weeks? Abso-flaming-lutely. And like I said, if you don't and you implement everything we say, we'll give you a free refund. So there's a few testimonials on the video there, on the Eventbrite page there. Again, we've only got a few places because the bigger it gets, the more difficult it is to support everybody. So if you want in, we've got a limited time. Sign up, and I'll see you on the first coaching session, group coaching session on the 31st of March.